All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another stream of mine. Well, it's not completely late night. It's still well before 12 o'clock. And you see me doing another all right Bannerlord. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another stream of mine. Well, it's not completely late night. It's still. And yeah, sorry, I just got an echo, so I had to turn off some sound here in my streaming software. So yeah, here we are. Yeah, it's Bannerlord, my all-time favorite game. It's just like, yeah, I've been streaming a lot of U-Boat and a lot of DayZ in the last 2 years, but almost none of this game, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. But yeah, I've been playing it a lot in the background because I love that game so much for all its immersion and complexity. And now the developers have delivered one more feature in form of a, I would say, relatively cheap DLC. It's War Sails, and you already see it here on the starting screen. Yeah, I haven't been diving deep into the sailing aspects of the game yet, but yeah, just this morning I started a completely new campaign and decided that I would like to share it with my Twitch community and of course also with my YouTube community, because since something like 3 weeks I am doing a double stream, streaming my Twitch videos also towards YouTube. So hi guys, also on YouTube. Still, what I observe is that, that the Twitch community is much more chatty, which I quite like. So anybody, be it YouTube or Twitch, don't hesitate to put your comments into the chat. I'm always happy to get some feedback. So, let's load the game that we started. We are still at the very beginning. I'm playing in Sandbox mode. No campaign, so I don't know. Probably they have been working on the campaign, but the game is so full of wonderful features. You can just do free play and have so many opportunities. So let's continue. So I don't know, does anybody of you listeners and watchers, anybody remember that wonderful pirate game, well, which was called self-titled Pirates? If you ask me, that was one of the very first open world games, and yeah, quite a milestone in terms of open world gameplay. And this is finally the coronation of open world games. So let's. Oh no, come on, please. So do I have to, each time I restart the game, I do have to do the key bindings. Okay, sorry guys. Maybe that's when an update comes or something. So one thing for the gameplay, let's mark our friendly troops, or in the battlefield it would be pretty hard to actually see anything. Ah yeah, okay. No, it was my fault, not the fault of the game. It actually did save it, so here we are. That's the world. So that's actually mainly the good old Bannerlord world. If you have been playing the game in the last years, you know that. But you see that they had added some areas in the north and introduced a new faction with the War Sails expansion. And yeah, the other factions stay the same. So different cultures, different factions, and yeah, you see, for the guys who are maybe new in the game, the whole game takes place in, yeah, it's not a fantasy game. There is no magic, there are no monsters. The scenario, the whole theater of action is, yeah, pretty close to the very early medieval age in Europe. After the breakdown of the Roman Empire, so that was something like in the 5th century AD, and after that, yeah, the Roman Empire, well, split. Well, it first split into two halves, the West Rome and the East Rome, and then went down, and many other factions arose and came to power. And this is actually like, so I would say this might be in the 7th or 8th century. There are still remainings of the Roman culture, or here in this case, the so-called empire. So this faction here, this faction, and this faction, they are all remainings of this empire, which split into the 3 factions and lost their influence on the rest of the world. And I am actually playing here with the Vlandians, which resemble from culture, I would say something, yeah, they are similar to the Anglo-Saxons. Then here we have the green ones, the Britannians. They are, might kind of remind you of the Celtic culture. Here the Sturgians, they're kind of a Nord, it's like maybe Danish folk. And then here these 3, they are all offsprings of the Roman, well, the empire, not Roman, I mean it's fantasy, but you could compare it to that. And then here in the very east, this culture is, it, you might say it resembles of the Huns, for example, these kind of riding tribes and people from the east, who actually were one of the reasons why they put so much pressure on the Roman Empire that it finally broke down with their kind of special riding tactics. And then in the south, some culture which is, yeah, North African. And from the geometry, you could well imagine this here looks like the Mediterranean. This is the Strait of Gibraltar, you could say. And yeah, so everything is kind of a bit, it's fantasy, but you could find all this in European history actually. And yeah, they changed the map a bit, so a few the villages, cities and castles were shifted partly, but the map is pretty close to, well, after the update, after the DLC being installed, the map changed slightly, but not completely. And yeah, as I said, I started as a Vlandian, and in the beginning you are just a nobody. You are just a nobody, and this here is me. And yeah, we have loads of different skills, which are clustered into bunches of 3 with one kind of top level attribute. And you can level up. It's pretty close to the leveling system, well, at least inspired by what we first had, I think, in gaming history on Skyrim, where you have this leveling system with not getting just experience, but you have to do it. Whenever you actually do your skill, then you gain experience, and this is what is done here. And the learning rate here, the gained experience per doing the action, has a multiplier, and this multiplier depends on the level where you are in each skill and on the level where you are on the top level attribute. So you earn skill level skill points, and whenever you have this bar full, this number here increases, so you gain skill, and every 25 you can gain some special abilities, and this is very detailed and individual for any of these skills. You could guess what it means by the name and the symbol. So I don't want to go too deep into the details to not bore you away with a theory about the game, but I would like to go into the game. And yeah, just to finish this, when you gain experience in one of these skills, you gradually fill up this bar, and these experience points are also added to this overall experience bar. And whenever you have filled this one here once, you get one additional focus point, which means that you can level up, well, put one more of these bars into one of your skills, which means that your learning rate increases, and every 3 times when you have filled the bar, you can level up one of your attribute points, which additionally boosts the learning rate in the particular skills. Okay, that's it so far. So at the moment that is, you can look at the party. That's us, Josh. Then I already hired an additional companion, Dranga Willowbark. So there are a lot of individual characters traveling across the map, and you can actually hire them, becoming part of your warband. And so this is her, and you have ordinary soldiers. Like in this case, it's a bunch of 10 Vlandian recruits, which I actually recruited in the villages and towns I was passing through. And so there is in total 2 types of soldiers in this tree. Well, 3 actually. One is you, one is the companions. So later in the game I will have 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 companions, and they can be skilled up very detailed and controlled very detailed, like this here. They also have this very detailed leveling system. And then you have the just ordinary soldiers, and they also level up, but yeah, according to such a skill upgrade tree. So usually you have, for the different cultures, you have different troops, and here you see we start with a recruit, and then we can make up our minds whether it should become an archer or a footman, and the footman later could also be changed into light cavalry. And yeah, all this by gaining experience in combat. So that's it now. So we are 12 guys by now. And each of these guys costs a bit of money, so at the moment I have to pay $52 each day for the upkeep of my little warband. I have quite a lot of foot soldiers actually. By the way, also my hero is on foot. This additional guy here. Me, I am riding, but Dranga, she's on foot, and I did equip her with a spear and stuff. So I want to make her a specialist in spear throwing and infantry fighting, so later she might become captain of my infantry. What else? Yeah, I bought a few here on trade. I bought a few horses. You see here I have 6 additional horses. And on each of these horses, one of my infantrymen can ride. So optimum would actually be if I bought 10 horses, then each of my infantry could ride one horse when we are traveling on the map, and that speeds up the company when they are traveling, when they are on the march. So for now, we are in Sharas or Karas, don't quite know how to pronounce that, to be honest, which is in the very south of the realm of the Vlandians. And in the moment I'm a completely unknown and completely meaningless part of that culture. I'm just a nobody, and I have to earn my merits. For example, I can gain influence, and if I look at my character screen, I can gain renown, and when I gain renown at one point, I might pledge allegiance. Yeah, some words I'm not quite sure about the pronunciation, I have to admit, particularly when they are not so much used in daily speech today, like this. And so, check the arena. There is no tournament going on in the town. Can check the tavern. So like here, for example, there is Ob Wavebreaker. He's one of these traveling adventurers, and I can get a brief overview here of what he can do. So he has other skills, but these are the most highly leveled skills that he has. And here I see his character traits. And I think it's good if he has character traits which are kind of compatible to that of your own character. And this one here, being cruel, doesn't quite fit to me, so he would not be one of my favorite guys to hire. We could recruit troops, but if I look at my money, I could recruit a few. But yeah, let's go with 10 troops for now. By the way, let me mention that we're recruiting troops. The grayed out troops I cannot recruit, but I could if I were on better terms with the notables of the town. So you see, my relation to them is around 0. And if I would start to help them with tasks and level up my relationship to them, then I would get more slots here to actually hire soldiers. Now, let's check the trade. So it's quite good to have different types of food, because this helps to boost the morale and helps to boost the steward skill. And the higher your steward skill is, the more people you can have in your party. At the moment we can maximum have 20 people under our command, but this will change over the game and may go up to 200-300 or more when our character gains experience in stewardship. Yeah, pretty complex. That's the reason why I never did stream that game. Also, I'm playing it already since years, since decades, to put it like that. But yeah, well, now I somehow feel in the mood, and there was this update, so I think there might be a few people interested in the game. Now, wow. Okay, now we can earn a little bit more money by trade. For example, we can buy oil here for a bargain of 101 bucks and sell it in Sargot for 990. That's not always reliable, so that might change while we are on the way. this is just the old information when we last went to Sargot. That's the reason why we only have the information for these 3 towns, because we visited them recently, and over time we will forget that again, and we have to revisit them. So that looks pretty much like a good business. Let's get 5 oil. So not so much to earn here. Okay, olives. Let's get some olives. They're relatively cheap. And I can sell them for twice the price in Sargot. So let's get a few of them. Do I dare to buy more oil? The price is really good. Let's get 5 more containers of oil. Okay, here we are, and now let's travel. Yeah, here we see our traveling speed, which is 4.1. It was 5.1 in the very beginning when we were just on our own. And yeah, we are riding, and if we have no other troops, then we had a default speed of 5.1, I think. Now, at night we get slower. When you go through woods, you become slower. In desert, you become slower. So there we go. We could try to get that guy and attack him, but with all this valuable cargo, I would better try to get to our port, to our goal pretty quickly. So let's see how we can sell it. Yeah, you see, whenever you sell 1 piece, the price drops. That's very realistic and feels very dynamic. But still, as we bought each oil for 100 and a bit, we made a very good business with that. So now selling the olives just as well, and keeping 2 of them to have better different types of food. Wow, see, we get 8 skill points in trade for that, because we made such a good business. An enormous margin, actually. So here we are. That's our trade skill. So this here, that means that we are still learning. The point is, the higher your skill gets, the less your learning rate becomes. So at one point, if you don't do anything, your learning rate will go to 0. If not, you level up that trade skill by adding these bars with focus points. But as long as you see this green range here, you know that your character still has a fairly okay-ish learning rate with this skill. Now here we are. Let's take a look at the arena. There's nothing going on. Here one of these traveling adventurers. And now I would like to go after... There was this party of 10 robbers, looters actually, and I want to get them. I think I should be moving faster than them. Yeah, now when I get closer, I can see with the mouse over that they are moving with a speed of 3.9, and I was moving 4.1. Now actually I got slower because of the break of night. After sunset, you move slower. Yeah, it takes quite a while to actually catch up with these guys, because we are just a bit faster than them. Let's save in front just in case that something stupid happens during the battle. So with the mouse over, I see they are 10 troops and they are all infantry. And I could send my troops, then the battle would be done automatically. But I never do that. I want to do the battle manually. So here you see my Vlandian recruits, and in the middle it's Draga Willowbark, our hero. So I could order them to form a shield wall, but that doesn't help much as long as they don't have a shield. So let's go and kill a few of them before they run into my guys. Oh, okay, that didn't work. They hit me before I did throw my javelin. Alright, see, the javelin is a terrible weapon when you throw it like that. Okay, yeah, the faster you go, the more damage you do. This is also wonderfully feeling so realistic. So now I'm going in fast and got much more damage and just a few hit points from my horse running down one of the guys, and that was it. That was it actually.
Split your skull.
The guy was throwing at me. There are my guys there, so I have thrown all my javelins. And now I would like to give some opportunity for my little troop to earn some experience. So that they already killed that single guy. Okay, killed that one with the spare. Come on guys, attack.
Infantry attack! To hell with you!
So, can do it by sword as well. Oh shit, one of my guys died. See that by the red mark there? I'm not quite sure, it might be that he dies or that he just gets injured. And if you do have a surgeon in your team, one of your companions being a surgeon, that reduces the probability of them dying and increases the probability of them surviving injured. So we were lucky. We had one of my recruits being injured and not killed. The good thing is that Dranga, my companion, she's a good medic, and I made her the troop surgeon. So this increases the probability that the guys don't die being injured. So what we see is that the Vlandian recruits, there are 9 left, and they killed 4 enemies. Dranga Willowbark killed 3 enemies, and I killed also 3 enemies. And there will be 2 Vlandians to level up, and I got leveled up in the skill of riding, in the skill of throwing the javelin, and in the skill of pole. So pretty successful, I would say. And we could take prisoners, 5 looters. We could later sell them as slaves. So Vlandian recruits. Let's upgrade them to Vlandian footmen. Yeah, we actually would have had the choice also to make them crossbowmen. But at the moment I would like to have a little bit stronger footmen. The difference, one very vital difference, is that the footmen, they actually do have a shield, while these guys don't have a shield. And also there are more experienced troops without a shield. For example, the Voglier. It's a heavy spearman without a shield, and I don't quite like them. I always feel like your troops need a shield to be protected from arrows and bolts. So here we are. That's the loot actually. Some loot, a falchion, some cheese, a legendary robbed headcloth. Not bad, not bad. So let's first take all of that. Okay, this is a nice new feature. I personally like it. So there are some random random kind of tasks. So something happens and then you have to make up your mind what you do in this situation, and this influences actually your reputation, what your mindset actually is. So, no time to mourn. It is time to bury your dead, but the ground is frozen solid and the wood from nearby trees is so wet to make it too wet to make a proper pyre, so a fire to burn them. You can give the bodies a hasty burial in a nearby gully, even though wolves and other animals might find them, or take the bodies with you and bury them as soon as you can. So carry the bodies with you until you find dry wood or soft ground. This would increase my reputation for generosity, increases the moral, but the crew becomes disorganized. In this case here, if I would just cover them into the next bush, moral would decrease and I would get the reputation plus in being close-fisted. And if you do this all the time, so this somehow finally sums up to give you a certain official reputation, which you then get marked on your character screen. I just have to be honest, I don't quite know what the influence of that actually is onto gameplay, but however, I like this. So let's see and choose this one here. We carry the bodies with us until we find wood to make a pyre. Okay, here we are. Party got disorganized. That means that we are for a little while rather slow. So you see we are just going with a speed of 2.5, while at daylight we should go with a speed of 4. So the group needs a little while to recover from being disorganized. And there we saw that we just paid the wages for our troop. And while going on, while time passes, now and then we get leveled up in the skill of stewardship just by being in command of a troop. And when I increase the moral and have as many different foots as possible to offer, this increase of stewardship is even faster. So now we actually gain the next overall level, which means we have 1 free focus point. And now again, the question is where to put it. So I have a nicely high learning rate for one-handed, for bows as well, also for riding. So what about throwing? That's fine. And polearm, these are actually the two that I have mostly been using in the last battle. But the green area here marks that my learning rate is still fine for them. So here, I think I'm going to level up in shooting the crossbow. I would never use a crossbow in the battle usually, but now and then you can use it. You have to use it in the arenas, and then it's nice if you can gain a little bit experience from that. So let's get to the next town, to Jaculan. Check the arena, but there is no tournament going on. Go to the tavern district. So we have 25 prisoners and we can ransom. We have 5 prisoners and we can ransom them and get 25 bucks. And also here, whenever you ransom prisoners, you get some additional points in Ruguri, and this time it was enough to level up by 1, which means here now there was a 0, now it's a 1. Yeah, you also have usually the opportunity to hire mercenaries in the pub, in the tavern, but that's so costly. I never do that. I always try to level up my own troops. So I could recruit more troops, although, yeah, I didn't have any casualties. It's just that, well, one guy was injured, but he's obviously fit again, so I still have 10 guys in total. 2 of them were promoted to footmen. So while these guys just have a sword, the footmen have a sword, a shield, and a simple spear. Actually, there is different ones, so they don't look all the same, and this makes the armies look so realistic. Like, they don't all have the same uniform, so you can randomly get this guy, or this guy, and or this guy, and some of these tires here even have slightly different weapons then. I really love that. How the troops look like on the battlefield. Now, trade. Yeah, olives are pretty cheap, so let's buy some olives. What about the... no grain here. The grapes are already relatively expensive. Let's get 2 grapes. The beer, we would earn a lot of money if we sell the beer around here. I think I'm gonna do that. I can't resist. Later we can check if we want to do some trade again. Horses, it's this. Charger, yeah, but at the moment, well, I do have quite a lot of money actually. What if I bought a charger? It's an even better horse. So the other ones here, I don't have the riding skill yet to ride them. Come on, let's get a charger and make it to my horse. So then the old horse gets to the inventory, and I have 1 more horse for the infantry to ride when we are marching. Now, this nice helmet I won in a tournament. This has an for that I am so early in the game. I have an incredibly good helmet already. And let's see. This is what I got from the looters. So that's Josh, and here Dranga Willowbark, my companion. I'm gonna give her this one. Head armor 8 instead of 3. That's fine. So, okay, the cloth is nothing special. What about the shoes? Yeah, let's give her the shoes. They are slightly better. Now, what about... yeah, that was the battle outfit. Now I can take a look at the civilian outfit. And for Josh and for Dranga. She doesn't have any head cover. Okay, that's good. What about the shoes? Yeah, these shoes are less weight, so let's give it to her. And finally, the stealth outfit. Okay, also nothing spectacular actually. So I always keep 1 set of equipment in the inventory in case that I hire another companion. So sell this, and 1 of these shoes, and keep the rest. So that was something like almost 500 bucks. Nice. But let's also check. Yeah, we got the falcon and the hatchet, but yeah, the falcon is just too short a weapon for the battlefield. So it could be part of the sneaky equipment that the guys have. But I already have a Falcon for both of them in the sneaky and the stealth equipment, so I could, let's say, enter the smithy. And by the way, let's check what is the experience. Josh, yeah, he has a lot of potential in learning in smithing, and Dranga, yeah, she has also still 3.88 of a learning rate level, so still okay. So both of the guys would actually learn something if they would do smithing. So let's Dranga, let her do the smelting. So what you can do is, yeah, we can't smelt because we don't have charcoal. So let's check the trade. There is no coal in the inventory, so we have to get somewhere and buy some charcoal actually. But maybe we can do a good deal here in trade and go somewhere. Or maybe we would like to go hunting. Yeah. Well, let's check if we could earn a fortune in trade. Linen to Charas. Doesn't look too bad. But tools to Garland. That's alright. Let's see if there is other stuff that we could deliver to Garland. So the colors. If the price is green, it means it's a good price. It's under average. If it's yellow, it's average, and if it's red, it's above average. So I only buy stuff when it's green, and then you have to check whether you have any intelligence that you can sell it for a good price somewhere else, like here in Charas. Let's get one more. Let's oh shit, I can't get them. Yeah, let's go with that. And on the way, we could try to hunt down these looters there. So give up, guys. And yeah, there are 9 infantry. Let's attack. So now I can make them follow me.
Stop follow me!
And so I would like to place them on the ridge here.
Everyone, move!
And I can let them make a shield wall.
Shields up!
Shield wall. Yeah, okay, it's not so efficient. I only have 3 units with a shield. So now let's go in for it. Javelin kill. I didn't kill him, but I delivered. Something like 80 hits. Okay, they got me some slight damage, but nothing critical. There we are, out of ammo. guys up there. So I want to give them the opportunity to also level up a bit. High weight loss. Nice to have you in. Good evening. I hope you're fine. So how was your day? So now I can make them charge. Okay, one of my guys died. Okay, I killed him. I think 2 of my guys died, but yeah, that happens. Yeah, 2 of the recruits died, and 2 of the recruits can level up. Dranga Willowbark, my companion, she gained 1 experience in sword fighting, and I got 4 in throwing the javelin, 4 in riding, 1 in polearm, and 2 in sword fighting. And yeah, keep in mind that whenever we reach 25, we can choose an additional special ability, which is then specially related to that skill. So with throwing the javelin, we are close to 25, and also for sword fighting and polearm, that looks pretty nice. Get 4 prisoners, and yeah, come on, it's good to have those units with the shield. I was thinking of if I might already want to have some crossbowmen, but at the moment better have a few footmen with shields so that I can form a decent shield wall against the looters. And some loot. There we are. Hey, weight loss. Yeah, you see, I'm doing something different actually. It's not U-boat and it's not DayZ either. It's my long-term favorite. And I would say one of the best games ever, Bannerlord. So there is this troop, this warband is following that. So probably no point getting there because they will have killed them all before we arrive. 2 skill points in stewardship again. So here we are. Let's give it a save. Check the arena, but there is no tournament going on. Tavern district. Let's ransom our prisoners. We get 20 bucks and we gain 1 skill point in roguery. Now let's recruit 2 more troops. 1, 2, 3, 4 and additional 5. So we have quite a bunch of guys now. Let's check the trading screen. We have the tools. Okay, we just were able to sell 2 of them. What was the price that I paid? Okay, that was not that a good business with the tools, but that's what it is. Let's see if we can buy something which we can sell at Sargot as a good price. Yeah, let's take some planks to Sargot. Wow, and some oil as well. That's an amazing margin, isn't it? What about the whale oil? Also, hey, come on, the wine. Some cheese as well. The grapes are pretty cheap. Let's get some grapes as well. And what about the olives? Yeah, well, our cargo capacity is reached when we can put more stores into our inventory, but that then will significantly reduce our speed. So I won't do that. But okay, we forgot one thing. To check for, okay, no wood to be bought here. So let's go on the long travel to Sargot via Jaculan. Arena? Nope, nothing going on there. What about trade? Yeah, we still have a bit of money. We could buy some more stuff if we can sell it well at Sargot or AIM. What about linen? Yeah, come on. No, okay, we wouldn't earn much selling it. Also no wood here for sale. Yeah, come on, let's just carry on with our stuff to Sargot and hope that the prices there are stable. There again, we had to pay 66 bucks for the upkeep of our army. The wages, actually. So these are war bands, which are neutral to me. If they were hostile, they would be red. So that's so wonderful about that game. You have all these war bands with their leaders roving across all the map, and this is all in real time simulated. So if anybody of you knows about the game Stalker, there was a lot of talk about the A-Life, the so-called A-Life algorithm about Stalker 2, which still doesn't work, still really doesn't work like that. The NPCs, when they leave your screen, that they are still going on with their actions and are simulated in all detail. This is perfectly done here, and they didn't yet get it done in Stalker 2. It still doesn't work properly there, I think. Okay, so here, let's stop. By the way, before going to the tournament, let's check the trade. Yeah, whale oil. Yeah, you see that the price is significantly dropping while we sell it, but we are still better than at which price we bought it. Same here. Let's see. Sell it one by one. If it becomes yellow, I would stop selling it. Nice. Cheese. Yeah, let's keep 2 of them. And here we are. Any cheap food? Grain. Grapes. Yeah, I have a few grapes. It's not cheap here. I could sell some of the grapes. Yeah, we earned lots of money, almost 10,000 bucks. That's quite good. So it gives us 9 skill points in trade. And yeah, we reached the 50, so we can. Here, we reached the 2nd level where we can learn a special skill. So in principle, from now on, item prices are marked relative to the average price. This I get as a personal skill from both variants. And up here, if I am the quartermaster, the warband has a 30% increased carrying capacity. This is pretty useful. Or when I am the clan leader, I have 50% Reduced cost of bartering for safe passage. Well, let's assume that we don't need to do that. So pick up this one here. And you see that we are almost leveled up again. Drunga Willow Bark, she still needs a bit for the next up level. So here we are, give it a save, and there was the tournament. So let's go for the tournament in Sargot. Always check whether one of my companions is in the tournament, but she's not yet good enough. So it's 4 groups fighting against each other. And the 2 groups which survive wow. 2 groups which survive this, they will be in the next round. Oh shit. The guy was after me. I shouldn't have done that actually. Ah. Oh, wow, that was good timing, I say. Oh, there is still one of my guys there. I killed that one. So please. Great. So this is pretty advanced to do the parrying without a shield. No, okay. 1 against 1. Oh, with this bill, I really hate that weapon. It's a matter of luck, and this time I was lucky. And this weapon creates so much damage. Wow. Now I am at 25 with polearms. Skip this one. Here we are again. We are a group of 2. I've got a crossbow, but I like to support this guy first. I don't think he doesn't need my support now. Ah, sorry guy. I shot my own guy in the back. And final round. Just shield and sword, classic. I somehow have the gut feeling that since the update, since the DLC, it became a little bit easier, even on the highest difficulty level that I play, to be victorious here. I gain renown and I gain this banner. So these banners have a certain meaning. So this one decreases the ranged accuracy penalties. So if I were the captain of archers, then all the guys in my troop on the battlefield would have this decreased ranged accuracy penalty. At the moment, yeah, I just have a small band, so there are no leaders yet on the battlefield. So this doesn't yet work, but it will soon. Okay, sorry, back again. Just checked some figures of the stream. No. Okay, that guy. Yeah, at the moment I would be in the situation to hire another companion. Would make sense. By the way, guys, the number of watches is going up again. So great to have you in. And I'm always happy to have some chat, some comments in the chat if it's just a hi, or some comment on the game. And I'm always curious on what your experience with the game is. Do you play it, or do you plan to play it? Are you just starting in the game, or are you playing it like me since 15 years? Yeah. Yeah, but don't feel pushed. It's perfectly fine if you just watch anonymously. So I'm fine with my number of troops. So if I had more troops, I would get slower, which I don't like at the moment. Okay, so this is better clothing. So we can sell this and let's have it done. I need to go somewhere where I can get some wood. I want to do some smelting. Come on, let's get there. 14. Do I dare to go for 14? Yes, I think I could handle 14 looters. What's their speed? 3.9. Are they actually going for us purposely and not running away? Hey, the guys are suicidal. So 14 looters, all infantry. Let's attack. So the guys
Make a shield wall!
make shield wall, and so me taking care of a few of them with the javelin. Okay, I took quite a few hits and my javelin went amiss. Okay, that was a good hit, delivering 90 damage. Wow, that even got 108 damage. That's due to my increasing ability and due to the high speed that I had approaching them. Okay, I got hit. So my attack was interrupted. I got hit by a stone. And I killed one. Okay. Oh shit, so now I have to be careful. Okay. And what about you? Yeah, I want to make life a little bit easier for the guys. And oh, okay. Now it's up to you. There is one guy there. A few. cool. You saw him doing the sling, so it looks like I didn't use any surgery. Recruits will level up one of them, and the Neverlandian footman will level up. And I got quite a bunch of experience, +7 in riding, +4 in throwing the javelin, +2 in polearm, +1 in tactics, and +1 in sword fighting. There we are, getting 3 prisoners, and now I can afford maybe to set up a few crossbowmen. Yeah, let's have 2 crossbowmen for now. 1 footman and 1 of the footmen. I could level him up to cavalry, but for now I think I would like to have a spearman, a better footman. So the spearmen are more of defensive guys, but later I could even level it up to a swordman. So here we are, and getting some loot. Can do a bit of wow. So one-handed. Okay, shield bashing, I never used that, so I prefer this, giving me 20% of better handling for 100 weapons, and when I am the captain of foot soldiers, no, generally, when I am the captain of one of a group of soldiers on the battlefield, I get +30 on 100 skill for all the infantry troops in the formation. Yeah, I will probably not be captain of the infantry, but the first one, 20% of handling one-handed weapons, that's good. Then throwing, personal, 20% draw speed, that's good when I'm the captain. 10% draw speed in the formation, that's good. Or shield breaker, yeah, damage to shield, no. So let's take that one, and polearms. So personal, the one refers to pikemen and the other to the cavalry, and I will mostly fight in cavalry ranks, so I'm gonna take this one, 2% damage with polearms additionally, and also 2% for other cavalry troops in my formation. Nice. And I get 1 focus point. So let's check all the skills. I'm pretty alright with the skills. So trade. But trade isn't really one of the most important skills. I'm considering doing riding. Yeah, let's get that additional focus point on riding, so now I have a better learning rate for that. Dranga, yeah, okay. Here we are. Maybe I would like to hire a few mounts. Yeah, but maybe no, not now. Maybe I should stay, yeah, a little bit careful, not having too much troops, as long as I might have trouble to pay them. So let's go for them. So I am in disorder. Disorder ended, and now I should actually be fast enough to catch up with the guys. Let's see. Hey. So they are moving, I don't know how fast. I do have prisoners now, and I do have additional loot. This makes me a bit slower. 4.0 only. But I can't believe that this guy is fast. He's 3.9, so he's just slightly faster. So it will take a little while to actually catch up with that guy. So, if I would have started that fight, the Chara's patrol would have interfered, and for tactical reasons, I let them start the quarrel now, and then if I now come to the help, that might give me some additional charisma and things. And a better relation to the Lord of Charas or something like that. So guys, go straight in for the attack. I will do just as well. Okay, got that one. He killed two at a time. Maybe one with the horse, riding it down, and the other with his sword. So these are these allies, or that was now the patrol of that town. They attacked the looters and I supported them. Let's see. Okay, we are on 33% of the loot. And I got some experience. Get 2 prisoners. And there we go. Obviously there was not much loot. Yeah, let's get to Charas. I'm getting some skill points in scouting, right? Why so? Because we were in the fog, in the storm? Maybe. Let's go to the arena, but there is nothing going on. Let's check the Tavern District. Yeah, ransom the prisoners. And do some trading. So what is cheap around here? Olives are relatively cheap. Get 1. Grain, butter. Give me 2 pieces of butter. What about the fish? 1 cheese. So I'm already paying 143. But I like to have at least... we can sell the planks. We still have them in inventory. What about the grapes? And get some fish. So now I am increasing the food variety, which will increase the morale and will increase also the learning rate of me, of my character in stewardship, so that I could command more troops soon. Horses. Okay, and equipment. Okay, this one is better. This one is better. And now check the stealth outfit. No difference there. Just the same. So let us sell this one. 2 of them. Okay. This is better armor. Yeah, nice. Okay, sell the rest. And a wood sling. And yeah, stuff. Ah, yes, I was actually searching for wood, but I can't get any wood here just as well. Linen for garland. Planks for Jaculan. Tools. I'm gonna go for Jaculan now. Yeah, let's get some pottery for Jaculan, that's fine. Oil. Yeah, that's good. Also some oil for Jaculan. Wow, this will give me quite some margin. Clay. And olives. Okay. So let's go with that. And get that. These wares to Jaculan. Here we go. Gain 2 skills, Steward. We are at 12. Okay, here we are. Let's sell our stuff. Okay, that's all right. But the tools, I don't know. Come on, and the planks and silk. Maybe we can sell that stuff, and I don't know, let's first go after these looters there. Let's see if we can track them down. Hey guys, don't run away, come on. There we are. Like we had it.
Form a shield wall!
Then form a shield wall, and yeah, you can do this little cheating and have them marked if you don't spot them right away. Okay, that was quite some hit. Yeah, my horse is faster. I've got a better horse by now than in the beginning. Maybe downhill helps as well. Okay, that was a miss. Oh shit, they hit me right before I ran my spear into them. These two guys with the slings. Okay, that was a good hit. they always have a few guys with throwing weapons, a few guys with polearms, and a few guys with swords on them. Okay, guys, attack. As you see, there are a few guys with javelins. They stay back. This time, I'm taking quite a few casualties actually. Let's just hope that it's not the good guys. Oh shit. So I lost 2 recruits and 1 footman. I myself got a lot of experience in horse riding. I went to 50, which means that I get an additional skill level. Yeah, let's see. Prisoners and the Valandian recruits leveling up to... Yeah, now I have 4 crossbowmen, 4 footmen, or actually, well, 3. 2 spearmen, 3 footmen, and 3 recruits, one of them being injured at the moment, and 1 Valandian Levi crossbowman. And I got some experience in leadership. Nice. Now, what can I do about leveling up? It's the riding. More hit points for the mount. Nope. Don't need that, but this one here, minus 50% chance of the mount dying or becoming lame after it falls in battle. I don't know. That never happens actually. Hey, come on, however, let's choose that. And we can spend another focus point. Question is where to put it. The last one we put into stewardship. Maybe this one I would put into trade. I think I would like to go somewhere where I can buy some wood because I want to do some smithing. Yeah, we want to hunt down. Ooh, sea raiders. Sea raiders are a bit tough at the moment still.
Form a shield wall!
Okay, so these are the archers on the crossbowmen. So I could use this little hill here to put the crossbowmen up here.
Move!
And the footmen in front to protect them. Okay, so now combined arms starts to work, so the archers, the crossbowmen are supporting my guys in front. I think we didn't lose a single guy. One recruit to level up, one crossbowman to level up. And also, yeah, Mrs. Willowbark, got 45. And me also getting some more experience. Pretty alright. Now the crossbowman going up to, well, Levi crossbowman to crossbowman, and the Blandian recruit going up for a footman. Here we are. Well, if we might... Oh, no! That's too tough. That's too tough. Come on. Let's give it a save. I probably can't get away from them now, because I am in disorder. So we have to fight. And this will be tough. That will be tough.
Form a wall!
Let's see how we get out of this. There is riders. Oh shit. See, they are throwing the javelin actually. And they injured one of my guys. This is gonna be tough.
Charge!
That was a tough thing. Shit. He did injure one of my guys. Nice, they killed him. That was a tough battle. So I lost 2 Vlandian footmen and 1 recruit, and quite a few of them were injured, but well, that wasn't too bad, could have been much worse. And the spearman levels up, the Levi crossbowman levels up, and the footman levels up. And yeah, Drunker Willowbark really burned their money well. She killed 3 of them and gets quite some leveling up. Nice. So some prisoners. Leveling up of the crossbowman, the footman becomes a spearman, and I get 2 Vlandian swordsmen. That's nice. Of course, all this leveling up costs a bit, but it's alright. Quite some good equipment that I looted there. And now, guys, please get us to safety for now. No, I don't want to fight more. Oh shit. Oh, 2 of them try to get away. Nah. No. So at that point I'm gonna load the game. Call that cheating, but that was just too much of bad luck. So let's see that we get away along here. Yeah, that's the problem when you fought a battle. You have this disorder and it takes a while to have your party reorganized, and so long you are very slow and prone to being attacked by others. What about Home Guard? Okay, we spotted a bandit hideout. Recruit troops. I want to get 1 rider and 2 foot soldiers. Can we buy something useful here? Cheese is relatively cheap, butter as well, and grain. Maybe I want to get some grain. Yeah, let's check the other villages. Yeah, let's see if we can. Forest bandits, they are archers. So let's go for him. They are moving with 3.9 and we are moving 3.8, so we are slower than them at the moment. Yeah, let's check the trade. We can finally sell the tools and some of the planks and some of the silk. Horses, no. Nothing spectacular, but this, that's good armor. So, okay, so that's the good thing. Now we were forced to fight against more dangerous enemies, but of course then we also looted better equipment afterwards. So, this one. And Dranga, you also get a pretty good piece of armor. All right. 3-1. Now I've looted some nice gloves. That's a good armor. That's lighter, so let's take that one, although it doesn't look that nice. So, yeah, nice. Getting better and better equipment. Now, what about the shoes? 6. Better protection. And now for the civilian outfit. $314. Okay, that's nice for the sneaky outfit. There we are. 5. Simple kite shield. A wool sling. Okay, so what we can do is we can equip our guys with the sling, at least in the sneaky and the stealth outfit. Yep, and sell what we don't need. I wanted to look at the shield, so let me see if I find my favorite shield. Oh no, it's not there. Okay, so let's take the shields that we have and see if we can buy some wood here. Yeah, we can. Getting some money. We still have the prisoners. So go to the tavern and sell them. We get 2 skill points in robbery for that. Okay. Olka the Outcast would be also one of these roving adventurers, but yeah, at the moment I wouldn't take him as he's devious. As I said, I don't know if that actually makes a difference, but yeah, in terms of role play, I take it serious. So what could we do? Yeah, we are still pretty short on wood. But we can go for Orc Sorrel. There we will definitely find some wood at sale. The stream is so quiet tonight. So is it due to this game? I don't know. Yeah, nevertheless, pretty nice to have you in and watching. So we can wait here till morning to see if we can go to the arena, and indeed there is a tournament going on. Let's take part. Decent hit. This one as well. Wow, they are so tough. Okay, good. Killed the guy. That guy. Right, it doesn't look too bad. And alright. Next round. This time. that he was dismounted. He wasn't dead, he was just dismounted by the polearm. The fight burned on just briefly.
Die, you pig!
Okay. That was quite a melee. Here we go again. This Burgundian swordman could be one of my troop. There we go. And gaining some athletics. When you fight successfully at foot, you gain also athletics now and then, and when you fight successfully on horseback, you get riding at sometimes. And we get this wonderful sword as a prize. That's very good. Now look at that. It's this one here, and if you compare it to my sword, it has a considerably larger reach. Mine being 103 and this one 121, and fighting from horseback really requires some long reach sword. And okay, it's a bit slower, but the swing damage is considerably larger. That's good. Pierce damage as well, just a bit, but I usually just swing my sword. So that's a perfect weapon. So maybe I could give this one to Dranga then, because she still had this very short sword. And here we are. Nice. So anything worthwhile to trade? Yeah, I don't know. Let's next get to Orsol. Maybe on the way pass by Mariven, where we might get cheap wood. I wouldn't fight against the forest bandits actually. If I could avoid it. So shall we dare to go into this melee? Might be that I'm now fighting all of them at... No, I'm fighting against. That's gonna be tough, but let's see. That's a challenge.
Everyone follow me!
Guys, get up here. So the archers put themselves there, and the footmen there.
Infant, form a shield
And
wall!
infantry, please form a shield wall.
Cavalry, follow me!
Probably this is going to be a tough business for the cavalry.
To hell with you!
Oh shit, I did hit my own, or the horse of my own cavalry. Yeah, but this is since the update, the horses are running so stupidly into the way. They really changed the controls of the AI, and this is just, look at that. That's pretty stupid how they do that. So cavalry is a bit of a of an issue, cavalry movement. They have to do something about that. Like, look at that. He was riding right into my way. Ah shit, so this is when a polearm successfully hits your mount. The mount actually gets stopped. So you really have to be careful about these polearm guys. Yeah, now you see how comfortable it is to have a long sword. I think enemies fleeing. Where to?
Everyone, give him hell!
Hey guys, where are they? Ah, there he is. Looks like he got away. Or he will get away. Let's see. Ah, there. So this one guy went to safety. Okay, I lost 3 recruits. That is collateral damage, I would say. And my Valandian squire was just injured. Very good. Some upgrade of the crossbowmen. Yeah, they did most of the job. And some upgrade for me, for tactics, for horse riding, for javelin throwing, and for sword fighting. Nice. So I will get some. So you have this kind of, what's the difference between them? So we have the seasoned seafarer and the hardened crossbowman. They have actually the same equipment. Okay, it looks like they have less armor, right? Padded shoulders, scarlet braces. I don't know what the difference actually is between these two guys, but for now, let's upgrade to our conventional Valandian hardened crossbowmen. That's very good. And get the loot. Shall we go for these just as well? Yeah, we could support the patrol and gain some reputation by that.
Everyone, charge!
Okay, 118. Oh shit, that was a miss. I should switch to a more flexible weapon. Oh, he took him away from me. Just wanted to. Got him still. Oh, that noise. That sound. That sounded terrible. Like really cutting his throat. Okay, we have roughly 30% of the loot. There we go. Just a bit of loot. And let's get to Orksol. Nothing going on in the arena. Ransom the prisoners. This adventure, yeah. like him being close-fisted. So you can find guys which are yellow, so having your attitude. Recruit troops. And let's do some trade. Olives. Well, let's see that we get rid of that silk. I do have a bit of money, so why not? Getting a decent horse. One more. No, she's on foot. Some more horses to put the footmen on. And what about the wood? Now, let's get to the smithy. Now let's see what can I forge. Usually you can earn a lot of money by forging two-handed swords. So in this configuration it would take 2 crude irons and 4 wrought irons. So I can craft 2 of them like that. Let's do that. And it gives me quite some experience. You see here the difficulty is 65 and my smithing ability is very low, so the sword which I'm crafting is pretty crappy actually, but still I can sell it. I'm running out of charcoal. Let's see what we get for it. Well, 340 bucks. That's something. How much wood can we get for that? So wood is pretty cheap around here. Let's get it. And craft one more of these nice swords. It's dull, yeah, but still I get skill points for that. I can do some more refine. Well, and so I can craft. Let's see. Yeah, I can craft another one, and this one is even just an ordinary sword and not dull. So this will give me some more money. Nice. Yeah, 850 bucks in total. Now, yeah, what about trading with Pravent? Hey, Both Trouty, nice to have you in. Yes, it is. It's a different game. So my standard days for streaming U-Boat is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And the other days I used to do something else, which is mainly DayZ, but this time I decided to stream my long-term favorite, which I usually don't stream, but just play on my own. But yeah, there was this upgrade, this update, this DLC, and so I decided to share what I do in the game with you guys. Hey, great. That's a 5-stream streak, Both Trouty. Great to have you in again. How are you? How was your day, actually? Okay, we can sell this at Pravent. Yeah, good to hear. Yeah, for me it was fine. Actually, I made a little longer lunch break and did a 2-hour stream at lunchtime, which I pretty rarely do. And yeah, after that, in the afternoon, I had my first deep dive into ChatGPT to do some job-wise planning. And I was very fascinated, so you can really deep dive into concepts and get information researched by ChatGPT. And yeah, I was pretty amazed actually. Hey, Yippee Up! Great to have you in. How are you doing? Yeah, well, frohe Weihnachten. Yeah, same for you. Actually, around here we just only say frohe Weihnachten right on Christmas morning, or Christmas Eve, actually. And to be honest, we don't have our holidays yet. We all still have to go to work next week. But thank you anyway. We will. Actually, we have not planned anything over Christmas, so we won't be on a trip. We will just be at home. And to be honest, this is how I like it the most, to use this time between Christmas and New Year to be, just at home with the family and, having everything quiet. Last year we actually went skiing after Christmas and spent the New Year in that skiing range, in the skiing resort. And the year before it was the same, but yeah, to be honest, I prefer to be at home over this time of the year. So I was just checking what could I buy. And sell it at Pravent. At this one. 1, 2, 3. Planks. More of the planks. Yes. What about the linen? Yeah, also good price. I think I can do that. Iron ore. Everything looks like a good business, and the pottery, I can sell it with an enormous margin. What about the wool? Just the same. Hardwood. Wow, that's great. Let's pick up a lot of hardwood for now. But the clay, clay gives us also an enormous margin. I will soon be out of my carrying limit, but Yeah, we can load as much as we want. It's just like that our party speed will go down quickly. Yeah, come on, let's go like that. Yeah, same for me. I'm pretty much looking forward to Christmas. So, by the way, did we check on the arena? Okay, there is nothing going on. Hey ho, let's go to Pravent and earn some money. Okay, I gained a level, got more skills in scouting and in stewardship. Yeah, due to that high foot variety, I am progressing in stewardship pretty fast each day. So, trading. Let's sell the stuff. As long as the numbers stay green, we make a good business. Iron ore, okay. As soon as it is not green anymore, I stop selling it and hope that I can sell it somewhere else for a better price. It's the clay. And the flux. Yeah, my day was great. I actually did a stream in my lunch break. A 2-hour stream of exactly this game. I started this game back then. This live here, this campaign. And I'm continuing it. Yeah, but after lunch break, I returned back to work and I just told the stream that I today, for the very first time, dived into ChatGPT, using it for some job-wise project, and I was very fascinated by the concept. So you get some enormous results, and on the other hand, you really have to check it. I mean, ChatGPT really makes mistakes, so I uploaded a document and told him to compare it to some other documents or information from the internet and give me the summary, and he really did some wrong things in some parts, and I had to ask him to redo it twice. And yeah, both times he had some kind of explanation or whatsoever, and I think then each time he dived deeper into the document. So ChatGPT feels a bit like, yeah, it also is kind of lazy. So maybe in terms of saving, calculating power, capacities, and only if you push it and push it again, it really starts to do the job to the deepest. And even then, of course, you can never be sure how deep ChatGPT actually analyzed the topic. But in principle, it gave very interesting results. They might help me a lot. Definitely gonna go with that. So, we are not bad with 14,000 pieces of gold. We do have a bit of a margin and we can level up. And yeah, okay, it was 3 levels up, obviously, because we get an attribute point as well. Now let's check. Pole arm and throwing I'm using constantly. Riding, and yeah, the bow. Sooner or later I probably will switch towards the bow and using it, but for now I am fine with this. Now question is what to level up next. Maybe I would like to improve my stewardship further. Scouting. Okay, yes, I am my own scout at the moment. But do I really want to level it up? I don't know. Sooner or later I will try to find a scout. So some adventurer who joins my party and who should be then my scout expert. So maybe let me give the attribute point there. So that means that I have a slightly increased learning rate for all three of these. And this one single attribute point I will put there because my sword fighting learning rate, yeah, this green bar here being pretty slim indicates that sooner or later I will have a reduced learning rate here. So let's put that here. Let's put that attribute point to one-handed. And what about Ranka? Yeah, she cannot level up anything yet. So here we are. Let me just briefly check some figures in the stream and software. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, as I said, great to have you in, guys. My feeling is that this stream in this game doesn't have that much of an impact as stream in U-Boat, but on the other hand, it might also be that it's Tuesday, so maybe on Tuesday not so many people are online like they are end of the week. But yeah, that's wild guessing, I don't know. Now question is, what would be my next little project? Okay, this one is better, so let's shift it, switch it, this one as well. And now check the stealth outfit. Ah yes, I did check that one. So that's better for the stealth outfit, nice. So the shoes. Also there I get some better shoes, nice. The other shoes, yeah, okay. Let's sell the other stuff. And check if I can do some more trading with Orcsol. And on the way, maybe killing a few more bandits. Okay, nothing much favorable to trade with Orcsol here. Ah, the sword looks good. Olives, beer. Yeah, beer to Orcsol, that gives me quite a margin, nice. fish. Right. Let's go. Yeah, I don't like the forest bandits. Arena, no tournament. So let's sell the stuff. Okay, the planks, I think they are just leftovers. Let's buy some meat, it's pretty cheap. So let's see, grain, meat, butter, grapes, cheese, olives. So I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different foods. I have all the different foods in the troop that do exist. And I get 5 skill points in trade again. Nice. What else to trade? Yeah, we can still earn some money here. Pottery, yeah, still. And the wool. Yeah, okay. One more trip. So this is now a little bit of a grind. But however, it's good to have some healthy money backup. Okay, the planks really don't do it. The pottery not as well. So it's much worse than I thought. Date fruits, but they are not available here. Okay, stewardship. Yeah, okay, this one here, as a quartermaster, I would have to pay 5% less wages in the party, and as a party leader, 5% less recruitment cost. That sounds good. And here less food consumption and no moral penalty from having single type of food. No, let's take this one. And let's wait a little while. So that has 2 effects. We can wait until sunset and see if there is something ongoing in the arena, and waiting restores smithy stamina. That's the only way to restore smithy stamina. Wait somewhere. arena. There we are. But do I have anything to forge? Nope. Okay, come on, I could craft another two-handed sword. There we go. It's not in the best shape, but we can sell it for almost 400 bucks. There we are, and we have 20,000 pieces of gold. Now with this backup, maybe I would like to go hunting a bit more. Or let's check if we can get some more cavalry. Troops. I don't know. At the time, I would prefer to let's see if we can get another horse. Yeah, there we are. Our troop now. We have 2 Vlandian squires, swordmen, spearmen, footmen, recruits, and here pretty good bowmen, archers. Well, crossbowmen in this case, actually. Why are we going that slow? Yeah, let's do some hunting. Let's see if I can have any better. So this is new now. Now that I have a larger army, I get this tactical view in the beginning. And so what I am going to do is to make Drunga Willowbark the captain of my foot soldiers, and to make me the captain of the cavalry for now. But yeah, I don't know. I think I want to have the cavalry be operating independently of me, so let me be a troop of horse archers. I don't have any other horse archers for now, but it makes sense. Now I can act independently and the 2 horsemen can do their thing. So what we already can do is to order the footmen to do shield wall, and it also makes sense to order this to the cavalry. And here we go. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and interfere with them. both good hits, but I didn't kill them on that one.
Footmen! Move! Footmen attack! Horsemen attack!
Hey, what's that? Do I have a dead? Okay, one of my crossbowmen was injured, and one of my recruits. But... Alright. I also get some up levels. The recruit levels up to footman, and the Vlandian hardened crossbowman levels up to sharpshooter. Nice, that's the best Vlandian crossbowman that you can get. Very nice. And yeah. Okay. Now one of these again. So one of these choices which kind of determine what my attitude, my overall attitude becomes. Your Vlandia troops ask if they can take charge of the burial of the Vlandia in the enemy ranks, declaring that they feel a duty to their kin even if they fought in a bad cause. So I have two choices. Refuse, knowing that separate rituals will breed suspicion among the different cultures in your ranks. That will decrease morale and make me more close-fisted, or grant their request, as there is no shame in honoring valiant foes. Increase generosity, increase being fearless, and yeah, decrease morale by 10. I think I can afford that. With all the food that I have, I can get up the morale quickly again. Ah, see, nice. So let's get some more riders. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, as the stewardship skill of my character was going more up and up, now I can have not 25 but 50 people under my command. Very nice. But sooner or later I have to care to get some horses. What can I do for that guy? Bandit base near... Ah, no, I won't attack the bandit base. The bandit base is a wonderful source of sparing partners, actually. Now let's check. Yeah, the squires, that's the point to actually level them up. I need a war mount to level them up to the gallant, so it's nice to directly get gallant. And So now I have 20 foot soldiers, 4 archers and 9 cavalry. Art of trade, okay, I definitely can help.
Yours is not
that.
a face I know. What is your name, stranger?
I am Josh. So I heard you may need some help with the problem. Yeah, it's a good problem to have, though. As you know, I deal in grapes. Production this year has been very good. We can no longer make profit on the local market. I cannot, however, put together a caravan to sell it elsewhere, so I propose a very simple deal. So what this is about is that he's gonna sell me his fruit. I will find the right market and he can sell it to me right away. So now I just acquired a load of fruit and you can see that we get it somewhere placed and sold. Can I afford that? Sooner, yeah, my wages are really going up now. That mountain bandit, 4 of them. How fast are they going? Why am I so slow? Prisoners. Footmen. Now I'm faster. So these guys have 1 cavalry and 4 infantry. Yes. Alright. Yeah, let me be the captain of the cavalry. That's just fine.
Form a cavalry, make a shield wall! Take formation! Cavalry! Kill them all!
Go for that guy. Shit, he hit me first with his javelin. So that's a bit dangerous. Squires killed 3 enemies. Nice. And 3 of them get promoted. But I can't promote them because I don't have war horses, probably. Yeah, you see, I can't promote squires due to a lack of war horses, so I have... Problem is that they're so expensive. Yeah, that's so nice, but maybe we need some different way of communicating it, because, yeah, you said it by yourself that it might not be the safest way to exchange information like that. Let's see. Let's get them. They are definitely slower than us. But yeah, they're moving in the woods, but even now we are still faster. Just takes a little while to catch up with them. So I could have just taken them prisoner, but I really want to have my guys doing the training.
Infect form a wall!
And for me as well. Yeah, I don't know. You said by yourself that it might be a bit uncareful to actually do this kind of picking up stuff just from the chat.
Attack!
So this is a combined arms attack at the same time. One of my guys got injured. Okay, one recruit is leveling up. Yeah, I would like to have one more crossbow man. Yeah, let's see that we get rid of our loot. Then I'm gonna go for that bunch of mountain bandits if I can get them. Arena, nothing. Hands on the prisoners. We gain what? Skill point in Ruby again? Hey, what about that guy? Ah yes, we had them. Had him before. Some trade again. I can sell the leather, that's good. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. One is missing. Grain, butter, meat, grapes, cheese, beer, One type of food is missing, but I can't get it here as well. Now this one. Yeah, maybe this one is better. And now about the shoes. Okay, these ones are less heavy, that's good. Oh, nothing much actually. We had that fight. Have you been in the advertising actually? I actually didn't quite see when you were out. Was it right now? I don't know. No, it doesn't look like there was a ad going on at the moment. Oh, nice. That's better shoes. Also for the stealth outfit. 314, 415. All right. What else did we get? Just this pickaxe. Not of much value actually. I checked that already. And now what about horses? Let's see if we can get after them. The mountain bandits also often have a few horses with them, which sometimes makes them pretty fast. But yeah, I should be able to track them down. I'm a bit faster. They are 4 and I'm 4.2. Yeah, I don't know. We can think about whether maybe we can figure out something better to do it. Some better way, I mean. Because I would love to see your sketch.
Raise your shields! Take formation! Infect form alive! Take formation! Infect after me! Arch up after me!
So I will put them right up here, I think.
Archers,
Just
move!
here.
Infantry,
Infantry a little bit ahead.
Foot back! Cavalry, shields up! Take formation! Order!
And now let the cavalry attack
Attack!
their cavalry. Oh shit. It was just one guy killed.
Rider, follow me! Give him hell!
So now I let the footmen attack. And let the horses attack in parallel. 3 dead. Or 3 recruits. But a lot of guys leveling up. Yes. But also Gronga getting some experience. Good. Hardened crossbowman to sharpshooter. And yeah, get me 2 more footmen and a swordsman. Nice. So now finally I need to buy some horses. Really need to get some horses to level up my cavalry. And for that I might see, yeah, let's get some, ah nice, a footman I can hire here, let's get him. And get some wood. Yeah, I could probably do a little bit of smithing. Can I catch up with them? I should be able to. Yeah, I'm still faster than that guys. These guys. Alright. Sounds like there is a thunderstorm going. So I would retreat a bit from the river. And have it like that. So I put them on a little elevation here. That's the archers.
Archers, forward! Infantry! Forward! Horsemen! Kill them all!
Yeah, they are crossing the river, aren't they? They're still pretty far away. Maybe it's a waste of ammo.
Cavalry! Move! Infant, make a shield wall! Cavalry, form a shield wall! Soldier, charge! Cavalry, charge!
Yeah, we got them. Without casualties. Quite a few guys went down. And me getting some experience as well. Nice. Landing crossbowmen to hardened crossbowmen. 2 recruits will become footmen. And the swordmen becoming sergeant. So with this now I have the best infantry troop that you can get. Hey, Wolvaloo. Ahoy. Nice to have you in again. 'Again. 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 ' Well, if I look at the time, it was not today. It was actually yesterday. Yeah, nice that you dropped in. I hope you had a good rest of the day. Okay, I can do some leveling again. Tactics. Party leader and captain, so 10% less damage when troops are sent to confront the enemy. What I think is that it is meant to do the auto battle with this. And as captain, less moral penalty. In line, lose circle or scatter, and less penalty in shield wall. Yeah, okay, let's take that one. Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, but yeah, great that you finished it and have some time left to drop in. Yeah, that's a bit the point, right? Safety first. Alright, here we are. Let's check for tournaments. Nope. Tournament going on. Tavern, random prisoners. We get 2 Ruguru points. Okay, see, some other leaders must have been around recently because there is no any troops left to hire. What is missing? Grain, grapes, butter, meat, cheese, fish is fine. Let's get some more fish. But beer, olives. Okay, well. And get some more wood. No. Okay. This is quite some good armor. That should be good for her. Yes. So I'm really getting the ropes. 6, 8, 8, 0. I don't like these. And what about the shoes? Just nothing special about the shoes. Can sell them. Makeshift kite shield. What about the shield that she has? And Rusty Falcon. But I was always thinking about shields. Wooden kite shield. Small cavalry heater shield. That's my favorite. Let's get 2 of them. Ah. No. This one is my favorite. Light cavalry kite shield and thick light cavalry kite shield. Wow. So let's get this one and this one. She gets this one and I get this one. These 2 sold. Alright. And sell a bit more of the stuff. Well, by the way, sooner or later I would like to switch to bows. I could also buy me some better javelins, but at the moment maybe I better invest the money into horses. The charger, okay, 4 of them. These are war mounts. I think I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, giving me 2,500, costing me 2,500, but that's really worth it, because now I can level up my Valandian squires. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I still need more horses. There is still potential to level them up. But I don't have the horses. And what about the smithy? I think I could wait here, should wait here for a little while to regain my smithing stamina. Further, come on. And here we are. Okay, so now allow me to be AFK just for 1 minute. Get me another glass of water and maybe a little snack. Let's see. So, don't go away. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, back again. No wine tonight, yep. And no coffee that late. Yeah, it's in the middle of the evening, in the middle of the week. So by the way, where have we been? I think I was just about... no, I was just about to do some smithing, right? So first... we have to refine, get some charcoal, then we can... Okay. All these files and nothing that is really worthwhile to smelt. But however... Okay, this will give me some 500 bucks, I guess. Even more, nice. That's one more horse, hopefully. Yeah, actually I was also looking for a little late night snack, but I didn't find anything at hand. Okay, I could get more of the cavalry. Not quite sure if I want that. At one point the upkeep of the troop will become pretty expensive. One charger. Yeah, the Valonby Corsair. No. They're just too expensive. Can't invest that. So here we go, and we can upgrade one more. But what about the troops? Let's see how our troop looks like. 23 foot soldiers, 5 archers. Yeah, it would be nice to have a few more archers. Yeah, let's get moving and see if we can recruit some of the Battanian archers, and they can upgrade to some of the best archers ever in the game. By the way, can I help you train troops? Nope. This training troops, that's really... yeah. Costs just too much effort. And get the guys. And attack. Yeah, you really have the different seasons in the game.
Infant, form a shield wall! Horsemen, form a shield wall!
Yeah, let me go ahead again. And yeah, prepare them and earn myself a few merits. That was a miss. That was a miss, which is a pity when you only have 4 of these javelins. Where are the other guys? There they are. Okay. I was taking a few hits, actually. Kill that guy.
Archer, hold arrows! Infant attack! Rider, kill them up the fire!
Yeah, it's pretty good to have a long sword. There we are. Yeah, quite a few upgrades again. Dranga, and something. Yeah, great. She got some experience in medicine. And yeah, me getting some experience as well. Not really. So I actually, yeah, I have a very small community of old school friends where I do WhatsApp with, and if it's terribly necessary, I also use WhatsApp job-wise, but yeah. My social media use is relatively limited. Job-wise, I am part of the LinkedIn network, but I'm not very active there. So the answer to your question, it's not a no, but it's a, yeah, I use it relatively limited. Now, yeah, get more footmen for now. The Vlandian Gallant got upgraded to Vlandian Knight, very nice. So, what to level up? Oh, I reached the next level again. Always these hard decisions to do. What to level up, finally. Tactics. Yeah, maybe I should invest something into scouting. I don't know. Everything here looks pretty alright. Charm, leadership, trade, steward. So guys, where should I invest this 1 point? Which is the most important, most needed leveling up at the moment? Maybe more throwing. Or more stewardship. Of course, it's quite good to get more troops, but in the moment I would get trouble to afford a large host. Hey, come on, let's just go here and level up with throwing. Let's go briefly back to Orksfall. Where is the wood cheaper? In the villages or in the town? Actually, it should be cheaper directly from the supplier, right? Yeah, that would be if we had some kind of joint. By the way, okay, weird. Just get some weird effects. Yeah, at least Discord. I am active on Discord now and then. So, but yeah, I would have to check that. So let me check that, and next time I will tell you my Discord connection. But at the moment I have everything closed, so I think I can't do it right away. Some prisoners, and now let's take a look at the wood. 14. I think 14 is pretty cheap. Let's see how much it would have cost us here. It's even cheaper, okay. So much for my kind of strategy. Date fruits, we get some date fruits here. Let's get them. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the date fruits, that was what we were missing. Some cheap horses, actually. Nope. At least no cheap war horses. Now let's get up there. We haven't been there in the game yet. Now this is the question. Or maybe I would prefer to go to the Battanian area. Yeah, let's do that. Let's help the patrol. Oxhole patrol. And the looters, alright.
Everyone, give him her! Footman!
Yeah, I have Discord. I'm not so active, but I'd say semi-active. I would say. Okay, we did it. No casualties. Almost 50% of the loot, so we did quite a lot. And see, with sword fighting skill we are almost up to 50, and riding is almost up to 75, so we are close to getting new skills. Yeah, well, actually today one of my followers actually did quit, obviously, so I am back to 299, but I actually scratched the 300 at the beginning of the week. Yeah. And I'm optimistic that I'm gonna scratch the 300 again. So this is a small hint to anybody watching. So I'm always happy and thankful for any more followers. But As I used to say, don't feel pushed. Just having your company in the stream is a lot of reward already. Come on, let's get there. I don't know if there was any hideout spotted. Okay. Ah, nice. We get a tournament. So let's go for that. Skip, skip, and there we go. Oh shit. That's definitely my anti-favorite. Oh fuck, I hate that. No, so they're both. Oh. Both flailing at me at the same time, so I'm out of that tournament. Ransom prisoners, what about you, guy? Nah, not quite my attitude. So actually, for guys who might be new in the game, these guys here, they are roaming the country. They are adventurers and you can hire them. I only just wouldn't hire him because his attitude is in the contrary to my attitude, and I never actually found out if that ever mattered in terms of gameplay, but yeah, well, still, I try to heed that in terms of role play. Some beer. Anything I can... Oh, nice. I can sell this kind of old stuff that I'm carrying around with me. And earning quite a bit of money. What about the horses? A charger. Pretty expensive for a charger, and a Glintor pony. But I won't buy the Valenby course, so they are just too expensive. So I got 2 more horses to level up more squires. Yeah, good question. At school I was not very good in English. So that's standard. In German you learn English in any school. Well, but it depends on yourself if you learn it. And I was not very eager back then to learn it. And I was pretty bad. And so only when I went to university I, somehow got interested in, let me say, English language literature. So I had been starting reading some stuff in English. And yeah, finally I spent 1 year in Edinburgh, in Scotland. And, well, out there I found out that my English was so limited, and that was some kind of the foundation of my English becoming better. So I had lots of problems there understanding people. But, yeah, after that, in my first job, I had a lot of colleagues from different countries, and so in my first job, although it was in Germany, in Stuttgart, we were all talking English at the job and also when we met in the pub once a week. English was the language, and there was one colleague of mine, good friend of mine, who was pretty good in English, and a few others were as well, and so I started to learn, and later I had other jobs where I needed to communicate with Dutch people in English. And yeah, more and more I went to only reading English literature. Like, I love Ernest Hemingway, for example, or Joseph Conrad, and also started to reread books which I read earlier, like Lord of the Rings, which I've read in German, then I did read it in English, and I pretty much liked it. Well, for me it's a nice feeling to be in command of a completely different language, although I'm not kind of a natural, how would you call it, natural born language learner. In the contrary, I'm not, but yeah, even the more I like this ability. I would also love to, well, Spanish or French, but yeah, it's just so much effort, and I would never have that drive again to learn another language like I did English. Yeah, I think over a decade or something I only read books in English. Like, or for example, Herman Melville, his great book. Yeah, nice. I mean, I can't actually judge it because German is my native language, but I think German is pretty hard, or relatively hard to learn in comparison to other languages. That's what I think. And still, yeah, yep. Yeah, like in English, or in Spanish, or in French, there are quite some. Yeah, for example, I'm feeling so sorry that I would never be able to read Antoine de Saint-Exupéry in French, in the original French, but I'm pretty glad that I can do that for Hemingway, or Conrad, or what else, or Douglas Adams. So I am losing track of my game. Let me focus briefly. What did I do in terms of trade? Bought the horses, and yeah, let's sell the stuff that I don't need. Ah, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Let's reset it, because this, 3, 5. Now it makes sense. So we've got some more horses. And now let's get to that village and see if we can get some affordable war horses there as well. It's pretty nice to hear that there are people in the US who like to learn German, because from your point of view it might seem pretty useless. Because, yeah, actually the world language is English. No question. Let's get to that guy and attack him. Yeah, does he have German origins, or did he also learn it from the scratch as a non-native? Yeah, and that's what I am actually a bit proud of English is the only other language than German where I could just start talking without doing some translations. Yeah, okay, so that's a bit unfair if he is German, right?
Form a shield wall!
Yeah, I think there are quite some areas in the US where there are many people who are kind of, thinking back to some, how would I call it, German roots, like their ancestors coming from Germany. Like there is many people who have these Irish ancestors. Okay, I'm losing orientation.
Attack!
Get one more guy. Oh, these sounds. These gargling sounds. There we go. Okay, we are at 50 with soul fighting, we are at 75 with riding, nice. And a few upgrades in the team. Sharpshooter, footman, and one more knight. Nice. My troop is getting better and better. My warband. Oh! Some of these opportunities to figure out what my real character is. Among the loot from your last battle, you discover a vat of fine wine from Imlach. You know that you could sell it for a considerable sum, but your men just risked their lives and don't seem inclined to pocket silver tomorrow for a drink today. Keep it to selling, nah, smash the top of it and let them drink their fill. They become disorganized, morale is increased, and generosity and impulsiveness is increased. Yep, that's perfect. Now, get here. And deliver a herd to Jaculan from here. That's a hell of a way to travel. Round sea, hunter, just expensive horses. Yeah, now let's go for Ostichern. Yeah, here. Personal swift strike. 2% of plus in swinging speed with one-handed. Governor is not interested for me because I would never be governor as clan leader. Okay, of course I'm gonna take this one because I don't like aces and maces. Plus 20% carrying capacity, minus 10% trade penalties from mounts, plus 30% party speed bonus from footmen on horses. That's an important point. I want to harvest Lena, nice. Yep, let's join the tournament. Here we are in a team of 2. These horses are right in the way. Oh shit, they got me twice. I'm fighting against 2 red ones. Which is pretty tough. Oh shit, they got me. Probably I'm not gonna do that. I got that one. Oh wow. What was that? Sound of hitting? Who's gonna win? My health is pretty down. My horse is also injured already. I think soon I'm gonna crush his shield. It has taken so much damage by now. All these horses in the way. Were a few damages I gave him with the sword. That was not bad. There we are. Ah, shit.
You bastard!
There we go. That was pretty tough to do. Is it? I mean, I'm pretty sure that I am actually having some kind of a stereotype German accent, haven't I? At least I think every English-speaking person would be able to figure out quickly that I am from Germany. Oh shit, oh shit. I hate this configuration. Okay, no. Can't I pick up? Oh shit. Wish I could pick up the crossbow, but I can't. I would have preferred to kill that guy from afar. Yeah, nice to hear. Thank you. Damage. That's a lot. Wouldn't take another one. So yeah, the AI is not too stupid, so okay. No, he was not able to pick up the shield, to pull up the shield in time. Oh no. Okay, I was lucky. When they're half asleep, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's kind of my style, I think. Doing the stream. And yeah, from my point of view, being a pretty late night stream. Now, by the way, we got the plumed nomad helmet. Let's see. That's a good reward. There it is. Nice. So we can give it to her. There we are. Okay, I am looking at the time, and my reason tells me that it's time to go to bed. So let's give it a final save. And yeah, thank you a lot for joining. Yippee up. Have a good afternoon or evening, I have to say, for you. Vulvulu, if you're still there, have a good night. It was a pleasure that you dropped in. And yeah, Boff Trouty, not sure if you're still there. If you are, have a good one. And Weight Loss, if you're still there, have a good night. So guys, looking forward to see you again. And no, this was only Tuesday, so let's see what I'm gonna stream on Wednesday, but on Thursday I'm definitely gonna stream U-Boat again.